So good morning student, today we will discuss properties of conductor. Till now we have discussed a lot of electrical field and capacitance or the related phenomenon in the conductor and different behavior of electrical field, potential and all these things in system charge, single charge and some charge conductor like this. But how does it behave actually due to this conductor, and we have seen also different type of material, conductor, semiconductor, insulator, and in case of semiconductor also there are a lot of dielectric constant of different variable materials. And the basic, at electron levels, how does it behave and why the conductor behave like such things and such behavior, will come to discuss on this matter, and we will call it the property of conductor. In any metal, we will restrict it to metal because this is conductor, very good conductor. Semiconductor, if you put some heat and or some more voltage, some potential, then they will also start behaving as a conductor. Here we will discuss about the conductor behavior. So for any conductor, suppose any metal is the conductor generally. So in case of any metal, if you have some small volume of metal itself, you will find a lot of millions of atoms is there. And in case of atom, there are outer shell itself where the electron is free to move from one atom to other atom within this metal maybe. It is not like that, it is free to move away from this metal to surroundings or surface or atmosphere like that. In case of iron, the density of iron is around 7 gram per cc. And the molecular atomic mass, it is the 56 for the iron, as you know. Z is 56 and the rho is 7 gram per cc. So, just to see here, and the electron arrangement, if you say outside electron, because this is the Z number is 26, this is A mu and Z is 26, where the electron arrangement will be 2, 8, this is 14 and this is 2. Yeah. So outside electron is 2. It is little bit inside for a chemistry point, though it is not much more validated, but to get it deep into this concept, how the conductor could behave, I am trying to make you in electrons level conceptualize. So this is the outer shell, electron is 2 and the A mu is 56 and rho is 7 gram per cc. Suppose you have taken a iron piece having volume of 1 cc, 1 centimeter cube, 111. Okay, so in this small amount of metal, how much will be the molecules or atom? Because it's the metal one, element one. So for per cc, the number of atom will be here. You see, 7 gram and one atom or atomic mass unit is the 56 unit. So this is 56 and it will be the Avogadro number. Number of mole is 7 by 56. If you don't remember, you can recall in the class 9 level Avogadro number, right? So this is actually 1/8 of 6.023. Avogadro number is this much. Number of atoms, iron atoms is there. Okay. Now all these atoms having 26 number of electrons and 26 number of this one. So 26 number proton and 26 number electron, but all these are not in free to move. So outer shell only this is the K, L, M and N cell. So N cell electron only 2. So N cell electron is that 2, which is free to move. Basically this we call it valence electron. So the number of electron in this 1 cc free electron, number of free electron in 1 cc iron metal will be 1/8 of 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 into 2. So this will be around 1.6 into 10 to the power 10 raised to 23 number of free electrons. So just to see for 1 cc, maybe this much. How much? Millions of free electrons are there. So for any conductor, any wire, in metals, there are millions of electrons freely moving and they are latticing each other, all atoms each other freely, roaming around all other atoms. And that's why metal comparatively more stable than the other elements. Because they behave as a bridging or you can say Valence electron summer, because at any point of moment the electrons are getting shared by other atoms also. So the remaining Valence electron, here you see, to make it octet we need 6 more electrons per iron, but as other atoms sharing the free electrons moving continuously one around, so at any point of time any atom have some charge content of octet like here, so they are more stable. Anyhow, so any conductor has lot of free electron that we need to share. Now what happened? This to free electron, once it is any metal is exposed, any conductor is exposed to external electrical field, what will happen there? You see, suppose one conductor, it could be have any shape. It could have any shape. Suppose this is a conductor. This is a cross section basically. I mean to say this is a cross section. This is a cross section of your any conductor, wire conductor. You will find this drawing in your engineering class, right? So this is a cross section, right? Now this is a wire basically. It is a long wire. This is long wire, you can see. You will make it understand. This is long wire. This is a cross section. Okay. Now suppose we expose it's magnified. We have magnified because the wire is very small. Suppose on external electrical field E, I expose this one metal to external electrical field created by any source. Maybe I will come to that. I will discuss in how the capacitor and all this electrical field would be created, uniform, non-uniform, all these things. Okay. Now source may be anything, electrical field we apply, we put it inside. So electrical field earlier it was there. Then we brought this conductor, put it inside the electrical field. So what will happen in it? As you calculated, a lot of millions of electrons, free electrons are there inside the conductor. Once you just put it here, what will happen? So the free electrons, it depends upon the shape again. I will say how the arrangement will happen. In case of if it is a wire, I am considering it is a wire. It is a wire 3D, right? It is a 3D like this. It is a 3D like this wire. Okay. So once this exposed to this electrical field, external electrical field, so the free electron everywhere, earlier it was here pointing negative, you can say all these things, proton and neutron, atomic level, or electrons are randomly moving here and there, all around this volume of this surface, inside core and all these things like this. Suppose these are free electron, I am trying to show this is the free electron maybe. Earlier it was rotating around randomly. Now once the electrical field exposed to this one, what does it mean electrical field? The tail end having this positive. Electrical field always goes to positive to negative. So this side is negative one. Very simple. So positive source is this side, negative source is this side. That's why electrical field passing from this side to that side. Now what will happen if it is positive here? If it is positive here and negative source somewhere else, it could be here. Okay? So the all free electrons of this conductor will be initially induced. This will be induced. It is the process of induction. What is induction? This positive field, positive field force, Coulomb field lines, force lines, it will attract these free electrons because these are all negative. Free electron has negative charges, no? So these electrons will get attracted this side by this field. So these will actually try to concentrate this side, and we can say the minus charge will attracted over this surface. And I am saying it is a cross section, so I am showing whole this cross section is exposed, bigger one, the log, wooden log like this I have shown. So all this electron charge will come this side. So what will happen? If all electrons moves one after another in a particular direction or particular position, so the other end will be having the proton content axis, because now the outer shell valence electron already get clustered to the positive side of this electron field, and here we will find positive concentration or electron deficient end of this conductor. Okay? Got it? Or you can say it is a sphere of charge ball. If it is the dimension, it is engineering dimension. If you don't get this one, so electrical field here is a spherical ball, or you can say ring like this. So electrons will be concentrated. If it is electric field direction is like this. So here will be all negative, this end, and here will be all positive concentration, electron deficient, and here will be somewhere neutral point where the concentration is gradient is 0. Okay. Now, what is the time taken? Time to be taken in a particular this phenomenon, and how long it will happen like this drifting of electrons from one end to other end due to the sectional field? How long it will take? You know why it is happening? After induction, what is happening? This is get attracted. Now, suppose this electrical field have some potential, or maybe 5 volt like this, or 10 volt or 100 volt. So after moving slowly, some electron will move here. So some gradient will initially start generating. Electrons. I am saying the electron moving initially. Very fast. Just you put inside this field, it will start moving electron attracting over there. And how long it will happen? Actually, this electrical field, the value of electrical field is the determinant that how much electrons and how long this phenomena will happen. See, as it is exposed, electron will come in slowly. Okay? Now, it will, once it is coming, some concentration difference gets started. Some electrons, suppose this is a, once I said this is 10 to the 23 range of electrons here. So this is negative charge, okay, into electrons. So this much positive charge will be 10 to the 23, and electron positive charge get concentrated over there. Then n number like this into maybe n this much, n this much. Okay, so it will continuously happen. So once it is gradient started generating 100 electrons positive here, 100 negative here. So some field inside the conductor itself will be start. Why? Because it is external. So internal, this is a charge gradient. This is positive charge, and this becomes non-negative charge once it is exposed because of electrons getting attracted towards a particular direction. So now this will behave itself a source of electrical field. And how long it will happen? It will happen till there an electrical field. It will continuously vary some electrical field, suppose electrical field internal. Okay, suppose it is E0 and this direction will be pointing to this side. When this external electrical field is equal to internal electrical field, this drifting will goes on and it will stop once the external electrical field will become equal to internal electrical field. Means how much Coulomb force it can exert on this conductor? It just pulled away towards its own direction, and once this gradient, the force gradient, this is a pulling force, Coulomb force, this force gradient is equal to the opposite gradient, force opposite internal field gradient. Once the gradient is created by the conductor itself, it will also start pulling my electron, give me my electron, let me have all equal concentration in my body, volumetric condition. It is pulling, it is also saying my internal field also created to make you, suck up your external field. So I want to pull also my field, my electrons as random arrangement earlier in the natural condition. So this force, it is pulling force. Once the concentration gradients both are same, the field are same. The field are same. So this electron movement will be stopped. What is my point? So electrical field external will try to get the electron cluster towards its own direction, and once these electrons of the conductors start drifting to a particular direction, it will generate one gradient, charge gradient between the two directions. So once the two directions have done some charge difference, they will also start generating one of the electrical field inside themselves, and they will also put some inner force to call back its own electrons towards random arrangement as in natural condition. So till then this drifting phenomena will happen. Once this drifting phenomena will stop, we will say this conductor now electrostatically balanced or in neutral condition. Okay, so now you are seeing, so what is happening inside this one? So electrical field, ultimate electrical field inside is 0. Why? Because this is having opposite E external, this side equal, and this is E internal equal to E external, will say E internal equal to opposite of E external. So internal field inside this conductor is basically 0, because E external and E internal equal to, either you say E external minus E external again, both are same but in opposite direction, so you say like this, so it is 0. Because E internal is the E external and both are in negative direction, so this is same and it is opposite, so overall effect of electrical field inside the conductor is 0. So inside conductor electrical field is 0 for any conductor, so we come to know this one. Now the second property is from itself here, from this diagram we will explain, no issue. Let's have this one. So the electrical field, we have exposed this one, this conductor. Okay, some external field we have exposed to a conductor, and we are saying electrical field, we find that it is zero inside this conductor, because it has exist one inside and other outside, the both are equal opposite field inside working is there, so net electrical field inside the conductor is zero. Now the second question, second property called any electrical field, the surface of the charged conductor electrical field is perpendicular to the surface. Okay. Now suppose an electrical field of a charged conductor. Now it is not exposed to the external one. Now we are saying that it is a charged conductor, already charged, charge pushed inside this conductor. Already we have pushed some charge conductor in a charged conductor. Suppose any shape you can take it. Suppose this sphere, so it's a charge conductor. So some electrical field also will generate due to this charged body. Now they are saying any electrical field at surface, any particular surface, suppose this is ds. So this electrical field, as it is a positive charge, as you come to know earlier, the electrical field line will be outwards from center. Okay. This is also we know earlier. This is the perpendicular to ds. Now these are the electrical field, right? Field lines, electrical field. Now we will apply the logic why it is happening in the perpendicular like this. Okay, always around this, away from this sphere. So suppose the electrical field of a charged conductor surface it is not perpendicular. Let us assume. So what will happen if it is not there, if it is not perpendicular? Suppose this is not perpendicular, this electrical field. Suppose this makes an angle of this one. This is a tangent and it has an angle of maybe theta. So let's take assume electrical field having some tangent angle of theta. So it should have two components. One component could be this is the angle. So one component will be this side and another component will be this side towards the tangent of this sphere or the surface. Tangent to this surface. This is a small ds area. This area vector. So this will be tangent and this is suppose u1 and this is become now u2. So that means what? One electrical field should exist for this charge itself. See, for this charge itself of this conductor, once the conductor being charged, now for this charge itself, it's having some component towards its own surface direction, own volumetric direction. If it has some, we assume, electrical field makes some angle instead of radially going outwards. Radially going outwards, we assume that it is electrical field, it is having an angle of theta. So this much will be E equal to E assume cos theta. E assume cos theta. And this will be E assume sin theta. Right? This component. That means what? That some component of this electrical field will work. Means it will give you force. It will provide you some force, electrical force, Coulomb force, to make the drifting of electrons continuously occurring. Because cos theta is there, so some electrons will start moving from this direction, so it will come here, so it will come here like this, it will keep on moving. So it is a continuous source of energy, it is not energy conservation theorem, it is not something. Never it can happen. And also we have assumed and we have seen that once this exposed to the electrical field or charge, and we have assumed that it is already electrostatically neutral condition. What has happened? What need to happen? The concentration difference, electron arrangement, if exposed or punch or induced or whatever, this is what will happen. And it takes only the nanosecond, as you seen earlier, this first property, the millisecond or nanosecond. So it is already happened. So there is no source of other energy that to keep it electrons free movement. So if E cos theta, the component of E cos theta could not exist. Otherwise, you can get a perpetual source of energy, which nature does not, support this theorem. Without any energy, you cannot get the energy. That means what? That this angle between this ds surface and this electrical field would not have some angle less than 90 degree. It is exactly the theta is 90 degree. That means electrical field perpendicular to always the surface vector of any conductor. Then only what will happen? Why? Then only what will happen? This component, this direction of any, if it is theta here, so the component electrical field component, if it is E, we say, so any component toward this direction is 0 because this is the cos 90, E cos 90. And here the 90 degree, cos 90 is 0. So this direction always there is no component of the force. So it is second also at surface of a charged conductor, this electrical field always perpendicular to the area vector or surface. Okay. Now we'll move this one. Third property, that electrons or charge, positive or negative charge of a charged conductor in electrostatic condition, electrostatic equal condition means drifting already been finished. In that condition, they are saying that only the surface will contain. Again, I can draw this one. Any surface you can say, any surface, right? Suppose you can draw like this. Conductor surface, cross section, whatever you can say, or a metal plate, whatever. So charge only resides on the surface of this conductor. So I push injection of electrons or positive charge electron, or I can look at very quickly the electron. So this charge, this conductor will get charged, right? If you take out electron, it will positively charge. If you push electrons, 5 electrons will be negatively charged. Now here see, the question is whether these all charges is existing all around this body or on the surface or what. Now the first property we have seen, the electrical field here is 0. It should be 0. Saying that charge only resides on the surface. How we can prove this? Once you point this electrical charge to a particular conductor, so whether it is coming to the surface or it is distributing all around this volume, let us know how we can prove this one. So as we have proved in the first this property, this electrical field inside this conductor is 0 because it is already charge and external field all are interacting with each other. Now, from Gauss law, the electrical net flux we have seen that it is the closed integral of this one surface and EDS. It is the electrical field and the ds. And it is nothing but we have also proved this is the Q by epsilon naught. The value is Q by epsilon naught. For any Gaussian surface, we are considering any Gaussian surface which is just below around this. Up we can take this just below this surface, just below this surface. It is maybe micro level, just touching but not exactly touching. This is the area maybe, right? The charge content in this area. So the net electrical flux is 0 here. So ds could not be 0. This area of any particular it could not be 0. So what is happened? It is the electrical field actually it is 0. Okay, as you see. So what is happening? Every electric field is 0. So flux is also 0. If flux is 0, so this is nothing but the Q by epsilon naught is the 0. Epsilon is the permittivity, it is not the 0, it is the constant one. So what is happening? So Q is 0. So Q, the charge content, what it is saying is charge content of this closed surface is 0. Any Gaussian surface charge content is 0. What does it mean? Gaussian surface is the enclosing surface, just touching. It is not the external one. It is not saying the external one. Just enclosed surface on around this one, the Q is 0. Means the charge content it is 0. What does it mean? Means if you punch some electrons or you take out this electron because it is positive charge, so all the charge received one over here, all this charge into state, this is coming out of this injection. So all charge will be maybe by a particular second, particular fraction of second it will come inside like this randomly. But in a millisecond, in a very small fraction of second, it will come around, surface out all this bulging out, all this charge outside the surface. And it is get proved by the Gaussian formula, because Gaussian closed integral of the surface electrical net and flux. It is the Q by epsilon naught AdS equal to, and charge conductor, the inside charge conductor in electrostatic neutral position. This all drifting is happened. So we have taken an answer. So electrical field inside the conductor is 0. If an electrical field is 0, so flux is 0. If flux is 0, what has been Q by epsilon naught? The total charge content of this closed and closed surface, Q of the enclosed surface, we have taken Q, and epsilon naught is the permittivity of this conductor. So Q is basically, if it is 0, E is 0, so Q will be 0. That means what? Charge is not pointed over here. All these positive, negative, valence electron exist as it is inside here. Whatever punch inside, it will bubble out in the surface. Only very thin surface. Very thin surface, nanostructure level surface. So it is the charge only resides on the surface. Inside no charge is here. This is the third property we have proved. Here you see one more thing. The fourth property is saying the potential inside this conductor or surface of this conductor is same. What does it mean? How we can do? The implication is, suppose one charge electrons inside this one. If you want to move this point A point to B point, do you need to do some work? No, because they are saying the potential should be 0 inside this conductor. Outside also potential will be same. Outside potential will be, every point the potential will be same. Suppose this is A point, suppose this is V1, this is V2, this is V3, this is V4. Inside we will find that there is no charge. Okay, and electrical field is 0. And we have proved earlier the potential V, the dV, or you can say dV equal to E dr. We have seen. We have proved over here, no? dV by dr equal to negative V. dV by dr equal to negative V, you can say like this. We have proved already. So if it is E0, if E is 0, what is happening here? dV is 0. Means potential inside this conductor, everywhere. Inside. Potential inside, not outside, outside. So potential inside this, because electrical field inside is the 0, not outside is the 0. Electrical field outside is some electrical field is there, because this is positive, so it is electrical field is there. Inside is conductor inside is 0 electrical field. So the dV is 0. What does it mean? dV is 0? dV is 0 means V1 minus V2 is 0. What does it mean? V1 equal to V2. So any point, suppose this is voltage 1, this is voltage 2, this is voltage 3, everywhere the voltage is same. And inside it is same, outside also same. Okay? So this is the potential in the conductor, everywhere it is same. Means if you want to move any charge from here to here, you need not to do any work because the potential is same. So electrostatic potential is same throughout the volume. Throughout the volume. Okay? Now we'll move to this fifth property where it is saying electrical field is equal to this charge density of any charge density electrical field of the surface of the charge conductor. Suppose this is a charge conductor, and we will consider a small pill like this, which is having this is Q by area, the charge density existing over here, total amount of charge, and the charge density is Q by area. This is the charge density sigma over here. Now we will consider small pill having the area of ds. The area of ds just touching this conductor surface. We call it pill box. We just put it pill box here. So the electrical field will work outside. If it is say the positive one, you say that the positive one charge is over here, and the Q will be amount there will be QDS, sigma ds. The Q over this surface will be Q into ds. We will consider very small pill, small area, cylindrical area, and having this ds area, right? And electrical field so phi is EDS, as you know, phi is EDS. Okay, phi is EDS. Electrical field, closed integral. So this is EDS is here nothing. E is how much? E is here, and this is Q by epsilon naught, as you know. As you could drop this one Q into epsilon naught, and Q from the Gauss theorem. Q is the enclosed surface. We have taken this pill box as a enclosed surface, so this is Q by epsilon naught. The closed integral of EDS net electrical flux is equal to closed integral of EDS equal to Q by epsilon naught. For this surface. Okay, so from this Q is here sigma ds by epsilon naught. So what is happen? EDS is equal to EDS equal to this much sigma ds by epsilon naught. Okay, so ds neutral, so E equal to electrical field will be sigma by epsilon naught. To understand this direction, you can put some n curve which is perpendicular to the surface. What is happening? Electrical field at surface of any charge conductor, which is having charge density of sigma, that is electrical charge over area, or you can say ds, a small area. So Q is equal to sigma ds. The Q is equal to sigma ds. Charge over here, if you put the Q here, so this is Q naught, or you can say this is Q, bigger Q. This Q by ds, you can say like this, and it is the Q content of this pill box charge here. So Q equal to sigma ds, area vector small area ds, and this is the net electrical flux of closed surface. This is EDS E, this is electrical field E, and this. If the electrical field of this conductor is E, so EDS, and which is nothing but the Q by epsilon naught. We have proved in the first chapter, electrical field. So this is Q is equal to again sigma ds by epsilon naught. So EDS equal to this is, and epsilon electrical field is equal to the charge density over epsilon naught, and n cap is the direction to the perpendicular to this charge body conductor surface. So now some of these properties of conductor, initially we say inside conductor electrical field is 0, and the electrical field is perpendicular to the surface of this charge conductor body, and inside potential, the third point, if the charge content inside is 0, only it is rising that this whole charge is surfacing of the conductor. And electrostatic potential everywhere it is same throughout the volume of this conductor. And electrical field at surface of any conductor is the charge density by epsilon naught and 2 n cap, and it is perpendicular direction to the conductor surface. So these are the properties of conductor. I think we have understood. Thank you.